Hi, I am Natalie Chavis, like Davis Fisher, and I am a 20-year child welfare attorney. And I thought with May being National Foster Care Awareness Month, it'd be a good idea to maybe do a Tiger Tuesday. And so Tiger is this young man right here. He is one of the main characters of this very short novel, Adopting Tiger. He is a foster child who's 12 years old, and he's caught in between two families attempting to adopt him. So the first family here is the family of Thomas Newman, and Thomas is a professional football player. Tiger also is a football phenom, so it's really a nice match. And so Thomas is wanting to adopt Tiger along with his wife and his two children. And then there's this biological aunt that Tiger has never even met. She also wants to adopt. So the book takes you through the twists and the turns and the ins and the outs, just regarding that adoption, and all the while you're learning, readers, we're all learning about the system. So if you look right behind me, that's a painting painted by Jay Dura. Shout out to Jay. Yay, Jay. So basically I just told him about the book, and he was inspired and created that. And we decided to go ahead and use that for the cover of the book. So anywho, I want to read the dedication and then a little bit of the foreword so we can sort of set the scene and kind of know, where the story begins. So the dedication is to every child, young and old, who has been faced with, has risen out of, or is still maneuvering through life's pain and healing process. So that's who I dedicated the book to. So I wrote this book probably, oh my gosh, I say it took me a lifetime to write it, because I just had to go through, learning and just, my own experiences, and a lot of what I've seen with clients are sort of culminated into specific characters. It's all fictional. And then I had to take classes, right? So I'm a lawyer, so I do legal writing. I didn't know how to do fiction writing. So I just said, oh, okay, I need to learn about character arcs and certainly, plot arcs and all that kind of stuff. And then, so basically I wanted to be able to tell the story in a way that was palatable. So that is the hope here. And I'll tell you, the book is really short. And so it can be read in just one sitting. Nevertheless, let's start with the prologue so we can learn a little bit more about Tiger and certainly his circumstances. Tiger hears voices, he thinks. One deep and barking and the other steady and somewhat soft. Arising from his vertical sleeping position, he wipes caked goop from his barely opened eyes and stares at the blinking digital alarm clock. It's a blur. He focuses. He moves to the edge of the floor-rooted twin-sized mattress and watches as 3:15 a.m. screams bright red from the clock. Tiger shakes his head quickly side to side, as if doing so will wake him from a dream, or at least make the voices, the confusion, go away. His stomach rumbles with nerves. Tiger's room is just about the size of a one-car garage and almost as cold. Pale on again, off again, blue-green paint mostly covers the walls and ceiling. It's a wonder a twin mattress and dresser fit in such a small space, but they do. Tiny spider webs decorate all four carpeted corners and most of the ceiling. Mildew can be smelled through multiple layers of Febreze. The female voice, now recognizable to Tiger, is that of Denise Hamner, Tiger's DCS family case manager. She must be in the kitchen, Tiger thinks. Fortunately for Tiger, he's had the same Department of Child Services worker since he entered the Braxton Ward system, a feat to which not every child can brag. She delicately calls his name. Tiger wants to answer, but is too scared. So he sits in silence with his feet flat on the ground, his knees bent and his hands placed on the edge of the off-white mattress. One hand brushes across an old urine stain created by a foster child occupying the mattress before him. Curling himself into a small ball, he edges to the back corner of his bed, cowering against the wall. Tiger pulls the threadbare top sheet over his head. A spider crawls across his arm. He doesn't dare swat at it. If he can't see anything, then nothing can see him. He closes his eyes and hopes for the best. Bits and pieces of conversation sneak under the door. "I didn't do it," exclaims a relatively high-pitched male before the clink of handcuffs. He's not here," slurs Tiger's foster mother, Maggie. A loud, dull thump momentarily quiets the four-roomed house. She must have fallen again, Tiger thinks. He opens his eyes and peeks through the crack in his doorway in perfect view of the kitchen. At 5'2", weighing about 115 pounds, Maggie needs help getting back onto her kitchen bar stool. Instead, the police officers cuff her. A bright white flashlight from outside forces its way through the delicate tan sheets draping Tiger's bedroom window and meets him directly in the eyes. He squints, them open. "Got him," a male police officer shouts to another officer also scanning the outside of the house. Tiger closes his eyes again. If he can't see them, then they can't see him, he thinks. He tugs his sheet tightly overhead and sneaks a glance through a large hole. 3 vehicles approach the driveway with flashing red and blue lights and running sirens. 2 police officers already parked are silent. With increasingly heightened nerves, Tiger pauses, voluntarily interrupting his pending upchuck. He hates throwing up. Control of his bladder is an opposing story. Tiger can't help but smell the urine now running down his barely caramel-colored calf. Tiger, at 12 years old, has the athletic physique of an upper-class high schooler, the academic mind of an A student, the emotional development of a traumatized 8-year-old, and the love of football is strong as a human's need for oxygen. He feels the liquid warm trickle down to his foot. Tiger loses control of his stomach. Vomit splatters everywhere. Now nearly drowned out by the intermittent sirens and the elevated voice of blue uniformed men and women, Maggie's bumbled verbiage from the kitchen is slow yet belligerent. A female officer, about 6'1" and gentle, slowly opens Tiger's bedroom door and peeks her head inside. She gingerly walks forward, stumbling to gain her footing. Tiger timidly staggers across the heavily spotted, short, shaggy carpet in the direction of her welcoming arms. He almost nicks his eye on the police officer's gold star metal badge when she wraps her arms around him. Tiger wishes he could feel at ease, feel safe. The problem is he doesn't really know what it means to feel at ease, at least not outside of Mama Paula's nurturing love. Mama Paula is Tiger's in-between foster placement home. Tiger does, however, know it's time for a new place to live drill, more than he would like. Maggie is Tiger's 3rd placement in the 3 short years he's been in the foster care system. Prior to Maggie, Tiger was placed with a pre-adoptive family. They filed documents with the court and even told Tiger about a final hearing date. But everything stopped when the adoptive mother and father could not negotiate a financial subsidy they needed to care for him. Tiger wasn't overly concerned. He then got to move in with Mama Paula for a long stay, which he always loved. Mama Paula doesn't adopt children. She just provides love and care for everyone who comes into her home while they're there. What's another place to stay? Tiger thought. Maybe I'll get to go back to Mama Paula. Maybe I won't. Tiger's eyes well up in tears. With one hand placed onto Tiger's shoulder, the policewoman slowly escorts him into the kitchen. His heart races. Tiger runs into the wooden door frame and slightly bumps his head. He wonders if anyone can smell the urine or can notice the vomit on his red t-shirt. Seated in one of the plastic chairs surrounding Maggie's small kitchen 2-person table is her boyfriend, sporting bloodshot eyes. His small dilated pupils blankly pierce forward. The boyfriend's skin is pale yet flushed. Pink and red bumps complete his face. In the middle of the table, Tiger notices white powder, a couple of razors, a needle, and about 3 or 4 prescription bottles. Tiger must have slept through another party. At the edge of the table sits a smoky, oddly shaped glass tube. The familiar smell almost causes him to barf again. So I'll stop there. So that's just part of the prologue. And just to show you, I mean, we read like this much already. And so that just shows you sort of how quick and easy the book can be read. But anywho, I just wanted to whet your appetite. Again, my name is Natalie Chavis Fisher, and you can find me on my website at www.chavisfisher.com, or certainly on Instagram or Facebook at Chavis Fisher. All righty, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.